Dun, 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 dun.
What it do?
What it done?
Gang, gang. We back at it with another one. I'm Diesel.
And I'm Coach.
Coach. So today we got another one.
Another one.
No DJ Khaled. So today because the last episode we talked about Creature Commando's DCU animated show. Go check that out. So today we're gonna talk about just like the DCU in general, just to catch everybody up, and for those who don't know, kind of everything that we know of as of the recording of the video. Excuse me. And then there'll probably be more stuff, you know.
Yep.
But yeah, we got the Fire Superman trailer. I hope y'all watched that like a billion times.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty good. So we're gonna start with that, since that is the official first movie of it. So yeah, what did you think about the trailer?
Man, that trailer sucked.
Hater.
No, I'm playing. That was fire.
He's hater.
He's always calling me a hater.
No,
that was a fire trailer. It was crazy because like it was very anticipated. They were showing like little snapshots and things. It was like weeks leading up to the trailer. You could feel the hype behind it. It was like, man, this trailer's coming, and then you're seeing little mini commercials just for the trailer.
Now I'm gonna be honest. I'm still for both Marvel and DC. I'm still kind of like, all right, I'll see the movie before I make my final judgments, or actually get excited or whatever. But I did like the trailer a lot. I guess my concern is like you kind of get the vibe of everything, which it kind of reminds me of like Man of Steel, kind of. It's not as dark as Man of Steel, but it's a little hopeful, but you get like it's the same kind of energy like that Man of Steel gave you. And I know a lot of people like shout at me in the comments, but you know, to each his own. But yeah, I really we got David Cornsweet as Superman and Clark. Mm-hmm. We got
Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane.
We got
Nicholas Hoult as
Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
We got Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, the Green Lantern. We got Isabella Merced as Hawkgirl. We got the dude that played in X-Men First Class.
Mr. Terrific.
As Mr. Terrific. He was done dirty in First Class. I just want to.
Justice for Darwin.
He's on the Justice League, so the Justice Society. So there's justice.
Yeah.
But who else we got? We got that guy from Gotham who's playing. Well, I don't know. I don't want to say too much about certain characters, but he was definitely in the trailer. But I just don't want to say too much about who certain people are playing. Might be spoilers. But yeah, that's like, it's a big cast. It's a big cast. So how did you know, I guess my thing is I don't want a Superman movie to be too overcrowded.
Too overcrowded with non-Superman characters? Or just too many characters that
Just too many characters.
Yeah.
Because you gotta realize, even though they're not going to do an origin story, it's still got to be centered around Superman. Superman and the main villain. Like, we don't need all these other characters, flying around. We get it. Like, the universe is already filled with humans and metahumans and superheroes, so people know that. Superman is kind of in his year 2, I feel like.
Why do you feel like that?
I think James Gunn talked about it a little bit.
Okay.
So it won't be an origin story. So he'll been Superman for a while, kind of like how they did Pattinson. So
yeah, it's
people
funny.
know who Superman is and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I'm glad they're not doing a rehash. We know these stories now, so you don't have to rehash the origins. Now I'm sure they're going to touch on it. They're going to mention it. Cool, but we don't have to have a whole 10-minute scene of his origin story.
Yeah, there's ways to get
Crypto,
by exposition.
of course. Crypto. All right.
Yeah, cryptocurrency. Crypto the currency dog. Yeah, he's gonna be in there. They showed him in the trailer. He's doing his little crypto thing, pulling Superman in the snow. Why was he in the snow? We don't know. Also,
I was thinking it was by the Fortress of Solitude.
Oh, that's probably it. That's probably right. Why is the Fortress of Solitude off on its own place, like in Solitude? Why is that?
Because it's called the Fortress of Solitude. You gotta have a secret layer somehow.
I guess. I guess Batman has his Batcave and he has his Fortress of Solitude. Okay. I dig it.
You get it. Don't stop stealing my stuff. Stop jacking my.
That was your thing? Oh, my bad.
No, you did. But no. Anyways, I think the vibe is pretty cool. It just matches everything we need in the Superman film. A lot of making out with Lois and Clark and Lois and Superman. And a whole bunch of stuff. So go check it out if you have not checked it out yet. But yeah. So I guess the only thing is Nathan Fillion with that hairdo, with the wig.
With the wig, man.
I hope he does good. But anyways, that is all we're going to talk about with the trailer. Go watch it and let us know what you guys think.
Superman comes out this July 11th.
July 11th, 2025. Next one is Peacemaker Season 2.
We don't have much to say about this.
Yeah, I have not seen the first one. I am a big fan of John Cena, who this is his last year of wrestling, if y'all know anything about that. So, but Peacemaker Season 2, I don't know when that's coming out, but it's definitely after Superman.
Is it after?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
And the whole chapter, instead of phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, it's chapter 1, so he's doing it a little bit differently to set it apart.
Gods and monsters?
Yeah, Gods and Monsters. So you just saw the monsters in the Creature Commando, so we'll see. I think he has a game plan. One thing I like about James Gunn is he is very, if you have X, he says a lot of stuff on X, where if somebody says, oh yeah, this is gonna be this, he'll either shoot it down or he'll do some damage control with it.
Yeah. He'll confirm or deny.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Then we got The Authority. I guess that's gonna be live action and a movie. I'm not sure, but yeah. Then you got the Batman, the Brave and the Bold. He explained a little bit. we don't have the casting of the Batman. Who would you like to be the Batman?
I don't care. Okay, I'm not saying I don't care, but I'm not one of those people that just, oh yeah, I'm a fan cast, blah 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 blah.
I don't know. It'd be
blah,
fun.
blah. It is fun.
It's fun.
But then I feel like people kind of go overboard with it, and then it's like, but whoever they pick is like, oh, it has to be this person.
Yeah.
I'm not that type of
No.
person.
I think it's just fun to just kind of envision.
Yeah.
And it'll probably be a no name or a low ranking actor. I'm pretty sure. So.
Why do you think that?
Because, I mean, Henry Cavill was not that famous when he got casted.
Mm-hmm.
David Cornslet is not that famous as of right now. I mean, I feel like that's the best bet, is to get somebody who's not already famous, because then once the movie blows up, then they'll put them in a whole nother stratosphere.
Yeah.
You know. Now, that's kind of what happened with with Marvel movies as well, is that they'll cast a certain person, then you'll see them in everywhere.
Yeah.
You know. So it happened a ton of times. So that would be the best bet. I feel like as long as you get somebody who does the job well, I don't care. But I do like the fan cast just to kind of envision it and see how it goes.
Yeah, I guess maybe I don't.
A lot of people are
person?
saying Alan Ritson.
I can't see him as
I can't neither, but he has been in Smallville. He's in Reacher. He was playing Aquaman in Smallville.
Oh.
Yeah. Before he blew up. Before he started doing
And
other
then he
stuff.
blew up.
So.
I was gonna say something about Batman though, because it's the Brave and the Bold, and I know there's gonna be Damian Wayne.
Yeah.
So I would assume it's an older Batman, not like old, but probably like
40s,
in his
30s,
30s or 40s. It is either mid 30s to early 40s.
So I can be Batman.
I'm not gonna answer that.
It was a trap. Good job.
Yeah. So I was gonna say whoever is Batman, it would probably be best if it was not an older actor, like old, because old is relative in Hollywood, but somebody who's at least like old enough to have a kid. That's how old was Damien in the probably like 10 maybe 11 something like that.
I'm late.
So somebody that's old enough to have.
And then you got to realize he's also had Dick Grayson. That means he's had Dick Grayson, so Dick Grayson is already in Nightwing.
Probably had Tim.
Maybe we had Jason Todd. We don't know if he's alive yet. I would just hope he's just dead for right now, quote unquote, and then deal with his story later on. I'm not gonna dive into it just in case they do it. I would love them to dive into that. Just make it a little bit different than, but yeah. But what else? So yeah. My thing is, I always envision Batman and Superman kind of around the same age. So it's kind of weird. You got a younger Superman, and now you got older Batman with a kid. Stuff like that.
True, but we don't know how. Like, by the time this Batman comes out, we don't know how old. Like, they were saying it could be 2027, 2028.
Yeah.
By the time this Batman comes out, we still have, the other. You got Pattinson, the Matt Reeves Batman universe.
Yeah, they definitely probably want. Because right now they're trying to see, will Robert Pattinson just be the new Batman? Why not that? Me personally, I would like it if he was just like Christopher Nolan and Christian Bale, just off in his own universe. I think it, in my opinion, that universe just doesn't seem like people are like there's a Superman running around and a Guy Gardner running around and you had a kaiju in the Superman trip. It just doesn't seem. It seems well.
It doesn't fit that universe.
Yeah, it doesn't.
In terms of the look and feel.
Yeah. So, and I think a lot of people get this wrong because of the Zack Snyder stuff. That everything has to be like dark and gritty.
Mm-hmm.
But it depends on the character. Same thing with Marvel and same thing with DC. It depends on the character, you know.
Yeah.
Like Marvel. Marvel, not everything has to be hokey
Mm-hmm.
and just cheerful and rainbows. It's just like when we get Daredevil, I hope it's a little more grounded. Same thing with Punisher and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Same thing with DC. There's not everything has to be dark and gritty. Maybe Batman, but when you get to Superman, you need him more lighthearted. Maybe Green Lantern a little more lighthearted. Aquaman, I would like him a little more serious. But you get what I'm saying. Flash, Wonder Woman. You know, everybody's got their different feel, and I feel like James Gunn is going to do the people justice. Got it. No.
Oh.
Haters. About 40.
Nah.
About 40. But The Brave and the Bold is supposedly directed by Andy Muschietti, who did the Flash movie. I don't think he did a bad job. I think there was just too much going on at the time of that.
Yeah, it was a lot surrounding that movie.
Yeah. We got another live action Swamp Thing. We don't know if it's a show or not. If you know, you know. They did a live action Swamp Thing, but I think because of budget, they kind of cut it off. I don't remember the whole story. I'm sure a lot of other people do, but I actually got it on DVD, so I might try watching it. We got a Bane and Deathstroke.
Is that a show?
I think it's a movie. I don't know. These things are so far ahead. We don't know. I'm sure he will mention a lot of things at Comic-Con, you know, and any other DC, you know, cons. But as of right now, is fandom still a thing? DC fandom?
Ooh, that's a great question. I do not know.
Crazy. Been a while. But yeah, they probably need to bring that back.
They should.
Yeah. Do you see?
Bring it back.
James Gunn? Yeah, man, out. But yeah. As far as Bane, Batista has said that he would like to be Bane, but he doesn't think it'll happen because he's so older now. But I think he'd be a great Bane. I love Deathstroke. He's better than Deadpool in my opinion, especially since he came first.
Completely different character, but I see what you mean.
He's a copy.
He's a copy, but I'm saying, you know, person, not like.
Yeah. I mean, of course, yeah. They're definitely different, but I mean, you had to make it different, or it's the same exact character.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's definitely a ripoff. But yeah, Joe Manganiello was the Deathstroke, and they were going to do a Batfleck solo movie and all that stuff, and I was super hyped for that. But you know, yeah, all that stuff just kind of went down the drain, and I feel like Batfleck and kind of Joe Manganiello, as far as a lot of other people, who didn't do anything wrong. They were good castings. It's just, I feel like just the Warner Brother heads just didn't know what they were doing. but I think people just got the low end of the stick and just kind of got shit.
Next time you gotta Warner Brothers.
Boo.
No, that was
Deathstroke, but hopefully that's pretty good. That's pretty good. There is an anime kind of thing called Suicide Squad Isekai. I watched like the first episode. It's on Max. It was actually pretty good. Just a lot of subtitles, but for you anime fans, I'm sure you wouldn't mind watching that.
Yeah, that shouldn't be too bad.
There's definitely some people who like sub versus dub, but you know, to each
There's a
their own.
dub version.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Hmm.
It'd be nice. We also got Paradise Lost, which is basically, I think Wonder Woman will probably be kind of younger at this time or not even born yet.
Yeah, that's what
But it's basically a Game of Thrones with the Themyscirians.
sounds dope.
But yeah. And then we got Lanterns. We got the people cast as Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, Pierre Powell. Who? Who's the Jon Stewart?
Aaron Pierre?
And Pierre. There's another guy. I can't remember his name. Who's playing Hal Jordan. So
Oh,
basically,
you're talking about Kyle Chandler.
Kyle Chandler. I don't know what else good. But yeah, I think I wanted Glenn Powell to play Hal Jordan. I think he would have been great.
Oh,
For sure.
I think what I was thinking was, because I actually think that'd be cool. I think maybe they wanted an older Hal Jordan and a younger Jon Stewart.
How old is Glenn?
Glenn is like probably in his 30s, I want to say. But Kyle Chandler has to be like in his 40s, close to 50. Because he's been around for a while.
And then why didn't you get Nathan Fillion as Hal Jordan instead of Guy Gardner?
Maybe I see him. I don't know. Well, I don't know as much about Guy Gardner, but I feel like
No one does. I mean that seriously.
really. Oh wow.
Yeah, he's definitely the not popular Green Lantern.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But there's a lot of Green Lanterns. If you know, you know.
You know.
I'm a big Green Lantern fan, so I'm gonna love this.
It's
I'm-
like a
I'm
like a. Is it like a detective or like a?
Yeah,
police
like
show,
what is that? True Detective. It's gonna be like a True Detective,
But in space.
but in space. I feel like I know where they're probably gonna go with it, but I'm not gonna say. Yeah,
You know the storylines and stuff.
I'm a big Green Lantern fan. So yeah, with Hal Jordan, started off with Jon Stewart in the Justice League Unlimited series, and then I started diving more into Green Lanterns. Yeah, and I just went through a rabbit hole. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'm a big fan, but yeah. So I think that would be cool. Yeah. I think you're a little biased with that. That's true.
I didn't even say nothing. How am I in this?
You said.
Cause I say Heat. Just
But
cause.
yeah, Justice League Unlimited is very fire.
But when I say it, I'm biased.
You get it. But anywho,
'Cause I'm black.
see? I know y'all heard it.
You better have.
Anyways, those are the announcements that at least I know about. There's other stuff coming. There's comics coming. There's the there's the DC animated movie universe that I think is going to reboot itself again from the Tomorrowverse.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're going to do their own TV series now that CW is done. So a lot of stuff is coming. What do you feel like they should do differently as far as DC?
I think
James Gunnverse.
I think
Gunnverse.
focus on stories over world building, which that I know they're not mutually exclusive, but I'm saying like a lot of times with unfortunately there's always going to be comparisons to the MCU and then of course the DCEU because you're coming right after that.
Yep.
But in these connected universes, people care so much about how does this project gonna connect to this thing and we're already thinking about how
Focus
we're gonna have
one
the
thing at
Justice
a
League.
time.
I'm like, I just want good stories. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't really care about the Justice League because it's like, okay, you get this big superhero team up, and then what is it afterwards?
I think it needs to be a long time before we get a Justice League. Think about how Marvel did it. Marvel was very careful with it. They did one solo project after another, after another, after another. I think they're doing it a little bit differently with the DCU, where it's not like different solo people that will team up. I think it will just be different projects just all over the place.
And there may be some crossover, and people. You may have somebody over here, and then somebody from here over there.
Yeah.
But you're not really just. We're not just building up for. Oh yeah, we're gonna do this and do a team up that we're gonna build that we're building on for years. Cause
I mean, you see how it worked for Marvel. It was working until Endgame. Then after Endgame and the Infinity Saga was over, then it just blew up. So it's like, yeah, definitely take your time, work on these stories, then you can connect them as you go. But I think one thing at a time. Definitely focus on 1 year at a time also. Just like, don't have too many projects. I think it's good to, as a movie fan, I love these superhero movies as much as the next person, but I need some other projects as well. I don't need just superhero films. I think everybody's kind of does their own superhero version, after a while, which is not bad, but it's like, I think it's a little oversaturation, at least in my opinion. And I kind of like a little bit of different stuff. Sometimes I'm not always in the mood for a superhero film. Not all the time. So, definitely like with Marvel, you already got Marvel, you got DC, you got Invincible, you got The Boys. You got so much stuff with superhero films. Like, just take your time. You don't have to have 3 movies in 1 year. Just stick with 2. And just start small and build yourself up, and just don't go crazy. Don't go too crazy. So yeah, just take your time. I feel like.
Yep, take your time. Do it right.
But let us know in the comments what you want done, what you think about what we said, anything that we missed. Put in the comments below as well. And I think that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Let us know what you are most excited about with the DCU.
Right. So yeah. Anyways, on that note, we'll catch you later.
Catch y'all later.
Peace, love, and all that good stuff. God bless.